Evie.
Hi, I'm Claudia, and we are the hosts of the Podcast. For those who don't know, the Podcast is a podcast on a mission to learn about the lives of those living with bowel and bladder conditions whilst sharing a shitty story or two along the way. And we are back this week for a Just the Poo of Us. Evie, how you doing? How's your bum? How's your tum? I'm really aware of my podcast voice right now.
Yeah, you did do a podcast.
That was a real hello. We are back and we are live and we are on track. I don't like it.
It was very radio.
It was.
Do you want to go again, or are you happy with it?
No, because I'll make it worse.
Okay, fine.
Just pretend that didn't happen.
Okay, yeah, you know the broad aims of the podcast.
I know who I am deep down.
Do you?
A performer.
Well, you say you're a performer, whereas we've just had an email through. This is hot off the press, although this might have already happened by the time the audience, the listeners listening to this. Okay, so this is in the past for you, but it's in the future for us.
Let's take a trip back.
We had an email saying that we're going to do a live show, and Claudia, I don't know, maybe if you want to describe what happened.
I started doing laps of my flat, just running back and forth,
saying I'm going to shit myself.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
So you say how my badminton is. Really, I think the pressing question is how is your badminton?
Yeah, the anxiety came through straight away.
It's bizarre, isn't it? We were saying this morning, that actually we've created this podcast to try and break down stigmas around sort of bowel and bladder conditions and talking about needing to shit ourselves. And yet, the thing that seems to be making the stomach issue worse is the podcast, because we get so anxious and stressed about everything and wanting it to go well. Now, on the way this morning, because we were also recording an interview this afternoon after we record this, and I could not get off the toilet. This is such a vicious cycle. This is, to be honest, guys, the takeaway is this is making everything much worse for us, personally.
Appreciate it. What did you... I said this is like a self-fulfilling prophecy, and you replied on Messenger.
Self-fulfilling poof.
I think it works better visually
because of the
yeah. Oh, I can only apologise about the stupid dog next door.
Excuse? I thought you were about this stupid dog next to me.
About this stupid bitch next to me. No, there's a dog next door, and it's. I mean, I feel like I should speak a bit quieter now, but we often hear.
He can't understand you, man.
No, but the neighbours, not the dog. That'd be rude.
Sorry, I don't want to
No, the neighbours, and we've heard them before, and the things we hear make me and my husband laugh a lot. It's like, oh, just get off the table. No, not on the cushion.
I don't reckon they're going to be able to pick that up, the sound of the dog.
No, I mean, although the amount of times I've been doing a fucking voiceover in here, and I just think I've nailed it, and I listen back, and you can just hear that, and it's not me for once, it's actually some other bitch.
God, they're such little shits.
I know. Oh, speaking of bitch, I enjoyed the thing you put on Instagram. How are you? The thing you put on Instagram the day of you putting dog shampoo in your hair.
Oh God, yeah, I washed myself, my whole hair, body. Okay, on reflection, it is obviously dog shampoo.
Where did you get it?
I was staying over at a friend's house.
Okay.
And they have a dog.
Yeah.
And yes, there is a picture of a dog on the front, and it does say no flea and glossy coat.
You're that bitch. And you were like, yes, I am.
I would like a glossy coat and no fleas. But they lined it up next to all of the human products.
Okay.
Alongside the bath.
They value their dog in the same way.
Well, I know that dog does bath in the actual bath.
Yeah. Well, where else is it going to bath?
Well, I thought outside, because they do have a garden.
Bath your dog in the garden.
Well, I know this
you don't
now.
Hose it down. You put it in the bath.
Yeah, but I thought they might do a bath outside.
What, they're going to carry the bath outside?
No, like a fucking dog bath. I don't know. I just didn't really realise that dogs go in the human bath.
Not very cultured, are you?
Well, I also didn't... I'm so
live a little.
I didn't realise that they would keep dog products just in the bath anyway. Because I was like, how often are you bathing a dog anyway?
Well, how stinky is it? What breed of dog is it?
It's a spaniel.
Oh yeah, they stink. You got to wash them.
Well, I smell just like the spaniel now.
Yeah, I feel like I can smell spaniel right now.
It was like a lavender product, and it smelled great. And it was only as I was putting it back, I was like, that's a bit of a strange graphic, because there's a picture of a dog itching. And then I looked at it and I was like, oh yeah, no, it's dog shampoo. Never mind. But you know, my hair looked fine.
It looks great now.
Well, I've washed it with human shampoo
Okay, fine.
just this morning.
You weren't walking around just going like and like sniffing people's butts.
No, but I did sort of cock my leg, have a quick wee on the way here, just on the road. It kind of started adapting a little bit, but yeah, but it didn't seem to affect my bum and tum in any negative way.
Okay.
I feel like you've broadly had a panic attack. You've been shitting yourself.
Yes,
I've been shitting myself.
Yeah.
Although I feel like, hey, I don't want to pit myself against you, but
Here
I
we
think
go.
I dealt with it fine.
But you do, like, you deal with stressful situations differently. I was about to say better, and I'm just going to say differently. Because you don't get as nervous as I do, or at least you can internalize it better than I can. You're much more of you're the rock and I'm the river.
Do you
in
think?
This scenario, yes, 100%.
I've never heard that before.
Yeah.
And I love it.
And I just flow all around you, and you just not move.
I'm not moving because I'm a big rock.
Also, I do think sometimes we can adjust ourselves based on who we're around. So
It's
because
so
you're
true.
so steady and calm, in the same way that my husband is, I let my freak flag fly and I run around. Whereas if I was with somebody who was also stressing out like me, one of us would adapt. We just would.
That's so true, because I think if I was left to my own devices, which I so often am, I think I would have a bit more leverage to have a panic attack.
Do you ever run up and down the corridor like I just did?
No, but I might need to go out and have some exercise to kind of
Yeah,
let it off.
that was my exercise.
You're like, it's a quick 20 metres and
yeah, I'm done.
But perfect.
I'm done. I'm a sprinter.
How
How has your bum and tum been other than this news?
Well, I've got two things to say.
Tell us.
I think I will talk first
For a while.
about. Do you know what I'm going to talk to you about? Because you sort of mentioned I'm a bit of a rock.
She's a rock.
Claudia, I think you are aware, but I'm now into the gains.
Into the...
What? I'm into the gays. Yeah, that as well. I know, into the gays.
Oh, beautiful. She's into the games. Yes.
I'm going to the gym. I'm pumping it out.
She's gaining and maintaining.
I don't think I'm doing either of those things at the moment. I'm trying my best. And as a result of this, I have been starting on the protein shakes.
Yes.
For the arms and the legs and the glutes. The glutes, hey, I don't want to blow my own trumpet, but I'm noticing some bits happening.
Show me later.
I will. I was wearing these sort of sporty shorts, and I thought, oh, here we go, here are the gains. And to encourage the gains, I've been getting on the protein shakes, and it arrived, and it said 1 scoop, and I was like, well, there's no scoop, so I've been having like a tablespoon, and that was perfect.
Okay.
Then I noticed as I got into the powder a bit more that there was in fact a plastic scoop that came with it, and I was like, oh, this is what they mean when they say 1 scoop.
Yeah.
So I started using, I was like, oh, 1 scoop, which was significantly more than I'd been using with the spoon.
Yeah.
And it made it quite, I'd say almost claggy. But I thought, I've got to have the gains, whatever. I want the arms to look great. So
Gotta have the gains.
Started, and I had one of these with the normal size scoops. Babe, it was like the protein powder had seeked out my bowel directly. I hadn't gone anywhere else other than directly to my shit.
It's a direct flight.
I'm not kidding. These poos it was like creatine poos. I'm not on the creatine, but it's like they went, oh, you want protein? You want things to be bigger? Do you want a big old shit? I swear, if I'd looked in that toilet, that poo would have been doing fucking bicep curls. It was absolutely enormous. And it didn't feel good, like, not in a good way. It was like...
She works hard for money. You can just see... Sorry.
Macho poo. It was... And it didn't feel good. I felt very, very bloated and sluggish. And that's all I ended up having for dinner. Because it was so filling and awful. So
Do you think you're doing it right?
Babe, it says 1 scoop and it comes with a scoop. I don't know what else they could mean with 1 scoop. What are they meaning?
I don't know. I've never had a protein. Like, this is something we need feedback on. Because it's just good to know if other people have had this experience. Because if they haven't, maybe you done did it wrong.
I wonder if I didn't maybe put quite enough liquid in.
Okay.
So it says put it with water.
Yeah.
I didn't really do that. I tend to put it with like an almond milk and some berries, try and make it more of a smoothie.
Right, okay.
So
So you tried to bouge it up and you got punished.
And it was very, very thick. But I only took on 1 scoop, which is however much it's not like I was having too much protein. And also I've got a sensitive stomach as it is. I think my stomach was like, what the fuck is this? We're not used to having it. And basically now I've just got really, really hench shits. So I'm not going to be continuing with the protein powder in the way that I had. I'm going to go back, I think, to the tablespoons, because you tried my protein shake.
Yeah, I had a little bit, and it was nice. Like I did run to the bathroom later, but that was when we got the news.
The email. So it wasn't about.
No.
Okay.
No.
So I just would like to know if anybody else has had issues with protein powder. It absolutely is gluten-free. It's vegan. I made sure that there's nothing in it that I am allergic to. But I was on the toilet for nearly 40 minutes.
Fuck.
I know, appalling.
I'm just thinking, like, is it? I don't know. Is this part of the process? I don't understand how, but
it starts there and
you
it
know,
works its way up.
Maybe.
Yeah,
and then just slowly you get more muscly from shitting yourself.
Well, you just got a really, really strong colon.
Yeah. There's somehow like,
that's
you know,
what guys
come
like,
and
right?
step on the scales and like, we will test that shit.
God, this has gone straight to my rectum. Just what I was after.
Moment on the lips, lifetime on the asshole.
So that's how my momentum has been. Babe-ho. So obviously, aside from the email panic attack squashies affair, Claudia panic ate a few squashies.
Yeah, well, you bought them for me, didn't you?
Well, of course, I've got to keep you on.
Moment on the lips, lifetime feeling squashy is.
How have your momentum been otherwise?
Not good.
Oh,
no, not good.
Great for content.
Yes, I'm constant content creator this week. No, I've been on my period, so that always affects me. But I've been speaking to, so most of our mates are roughly the same age of us, so kind of early 30s.
Don't out me like that, Claudia.
Sorry, they're 22. I was about to say they've just done their SATs, but no. They have said a similar thing, that in the last few years they've noticed a change in their period, that it's shorter but much more painful.
Ooh.
And I have had this same experience, and so on the first day of my period it is like, it's not pleasant.
And was that today?
So no, I thought this was last Sunday. I thought it was going to be, no, what day are we? Yeah, it's Sunday just gone, so
yeah,
a few days ago. I thought it was going to be like, the first day was the following day, because I track it on my phone, easy peasy. But the first day, it came as I was walking to a kind of concert festival thing. And I literally, like, I felt like a pregnant woman. I started like holding my stomach, like rubbing the bottom of my stomach. And I was going, whoo, and it was in Crystal Palace, which is up the hill, so we were like just slowly walking.
Oh, you're going to something in the bowl?
Yeah, I went to go see Sister Sledge.
Oh, fucking great. Sorry, it's not relevant really, but I love it.
I always recommend festival. They have some great acts anyway.
They do, but it's very loud. I live nearby and I hear all the revellers leave and it makes me sad about the youth.
But do you not hear the concert? I was sat in my garden the day and I could hear Blondie. I was just sat there listening to Blondie from my garden, which is quite a way away.
Yeah.
It was amazing. Me and Rich just sat here like, it's fucking Blondie. It was great.
I didn't hear that, but I will.
You're probably out. Probably living your life.
Maybe.
While I was sat in
Hey, maybe I feel like I do that now.
You do that now.
Yeah.
So we were walking to Sister Sledge and my husband was going, oh, just go back if you like, we can go back, we don't. And I was like, nope, not missing it. It's going to be fine. It's going to be absolutely fine. So we get in and then we sit down on the cushions. I take my shoes off because that makes me feel like, okay, this is going to be okay. If I take my shoes off, I get comfy.
Of course.
And then I wasn't moving at all, but I think it was all the people jigging around me. There was like a really cool soul choir before. They're called London Gospel House Choir. And they do like house music, but as a gospel choir.
I would fucking love that.
It was sick. They had amazing moves. They were incredible. But everyone was jumping to their shit. And the club is jumping. That one.
Classic.
And things started happening to me. And I thought I could get through. It's happening. I thought I could get through the evening without. I really didn't want to go to the public toilets. I really did not want to do that.
Yeah, they are
pretty. It's like Portaloos.
They're not great.
No. And also, what worries me is the potential queue of people out, because often these things are rammed and then everybody's waiting for you. But I couldn't. I had to go, and I was starting to go a bit of a weird colour. So I was like, I've got to go. So we said goodbye as if we may never see each other again. Passionate snog. No, I don't think I even said goodbye. It's like, get out of the way! And then, so luckily there wasn't a queue when I got there, but as I was going to the toilet, I could see that it was getting busier. And I sat down on the toilet, and it was not okay what happened. It was diarrhea. Like it was diarrhea. It was very bad. And then I could hear the people starting to like queue outside.
That's worse than waiting, I think, because you're knowing that you're going to have to come out and basically point to the evidence of what's just happened, and they know.
Yeah.
It's awful.
And I could hear the house music people, and they were like, believe! And I was like, believe! But I knew that I couldn't leave because when I was about to leave, the flush didn't work.
I'm going to kill myself.
It was awful. So I feel I'm getting emotional.
I do understand, because do you remember that time I went to see that Richard Dawkins talk at the South Bank Centre and the flush didn't work? There was a huge queue, and I had basically delivered what can only be described as just an absolute torrid shitstorm. It was
horrific.
Awful.
And you're never going to see these people again, so like it shouldn't matter. But I
don't
also
want to
knew that
give
when
that to them.
no, and that when the door flings open, it's so hot and sweaty in there that it's going to be me. And also like this is like a local festival, so I may know people, or people I may see them again. Like,
there's that girl that left that mess.
Yes. And I also didn't know if it was. I didn't know if I was done, and I didn't want to come back. I could hear people outside being like, "Oh, is there none free? I'll wait for you." People kept saying, "Oh, I'll wait for you, Sally," and I was like, "Fuck off, Sally!
Definitely don't wait for me.
Don't wait for me, Sally." So I did what I've been doing lately, which has been really helping with my anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
Duolingo.
Oh my god! You did it on the loo?
Yes.
Oh. If anyone heard outside like they were desperate and waiting for a queue, and they just hear somebody doing fucking Duolingo.
Yo no soy bueno. So I'm sat there being like, yo vivo en la casa.
Viva
la escuela.
La escuela.
I just find concentrating on something else, and also seeing some rewards. So you get points on Duolingo, and you go up, and I'm head to head with some twat called Max in my league at the minute, and we keep going first and second between each other. So I don't know if people could hear me, but if they could, they'd hear someone doing fantastic Spanish.
I mean, we did just get a little sample just now, and it sounded amazing.
Muy muchos gracias.
It sounds like I'm talking to someone who grew up in Barcelona. It's uncanny.
Interesante. Anyway, so once I'd calmed down, then I got the courage, because I saw where the stuff would go. So I got as much toilet paper as I could. It was like a side hole in the toilet where it didn't go down. It went to the side, like push it a little bit to the side.
Right.
So I got enough toilet paper to I started slowly pushing it all through, and then it would go. And
did it?
And then I flushed. Then the flush, like I think it's because there was so much stuff it wouldn't go, and then it would go. But I think I basically missed an entire act at this festival. And
did you miss the gospel choir?
Well, I didn't see much of them though. I could hear them though. They were making me feel. If any of you are listening, you did really help me believe.
What a great thing to do though, to say, I know what's going to make me feel better. I'm going to do my Duolingo.
Yeah.
That's all you can do.
It made me, I wouldn't say like it gave me perspective, but it made me feel calm enough to then handle the situation.
Well, that's growth.
I think I can say that's growth.
That is growth.
El grosso.
El grosso.
So yeah, and then I went back and watched Sister Sledge, who were phenomenal.
That's wonderful.
And it didn't happen again while I was there, so I got it out. I even
while I was there.
while I was there. Yeah. So
and it didn't happen again for the next 15 minutes. So it was fine.
No, got through a whole solid 1 hour act of Sister Sledge.
It is times like that though where I do think, I know that IBS isn't a disability, but it is times like that where I really do feel like you should be able to have access to toilets, accessible toilets, because for some of us, we literally have to go to a toilet. I frequently use the disabled toilet at the gym when there's a big queue, and often exercise can, for me, bring on bits.
Bits.
And I can't not. It's like, what's the alternative?
But do they have them at festivals? Like, there's not like an accessible Portaloo, is there?
There should be, yeah. There should always be an accessible section.
The thing is, I got in fact, like, if there was a waiting situation, I would not have seen Sister Sledge. Like, I think I'm quite confident of that. Like,
yeah.
But it was more the social anxiety of hearing people outside. That was all. And in the grand scheme of things, what are they going to do? Like, I'm going to come out the Portaloo. They're not all going to like be like, Jesus, like nothing's going to happen.
No, you're right.
And I actually didn't need to do what I did to make it nicer for the person after. But I just couldn't leave it. I really just couldn't leave it.
I think that's fair enough. And if you can, then that's good.
It's nice thing to do.
To get rid of the evidence. Yeah. And you're right, but that doesn't necessarily alleviate that anxiety, because we have inherently been raised to feel shame around these issues, and that's the whole reason that we want to do this podcast, is so hopefully 5 or 10 years from now people won't be feeling as anxious to go to a Portaloo and worry about it and to sit in there, because for some people they might not have even come out until the end because they'd be so anxious about it. So it's not your fault.
What I will say is that it was very well stocked, and there was hand sanitizer in there, and then as you come out of the area there was a big, like, almost like water trough that was washing their hands in, like it, where everyone was bathing and going like it was in terms of, I've been to a lot worse, like Reading Festival back in day. Those were not good like toilets. So
I've got to say, the good thing about COVID is the increased awareness and accessibility to hand gel.
Yeah,
everywhere has it all the time. I'm going to a concert. I'm going to a gig on Saturday tomorrow.
What are you going to say?
I'm going to watch Kygo.
Oh yeah.
And MK supporting Kygo with our dear friend Kate Welsh. Hi Kate. Her husband-to-be actually has a lot of bowel problems, so he listens to this. So,
does he?
Yeah, so why don't you come in as well? Okay. Come on, Kane. But I'm going with her, and I've been worrying a lot about the toilet situation. But I think if I have maybe take some tissue in my bag, so as an absolute backup, I know that I've got at least one, diarrhea backup.
Yeah, you'd be sorted.
Do you reckon?
I mean, I might have just hit a really good Portaloo section, but they were very well stocked. I think times be changing. I think so too. I think maybe I'll go in expecting to be well stocked, but then by the end, if they've all been used, then one of my friends also went to she went to Mighty Hoopla, which we went to as well. And which I didn't notice, she said that there were female urinals. Oh, okay. I've never used one. It's apparently it's a cubicle. It's like a pop-up cubicle. You kind of just stand over it. I just don't know. I would love to give it a go, because she said there was no queue, whereas we did queue for quite a long time. Yeah. I remember, because I waited for you guys. I went and held the drinks while you guys went to the toilet. She's just good, guys. She's holding the drinks. She's doing God's work. And I was trying to drink my own drink while holding 3 drinks, and it was really hard work, you guys. Yeah, you looked really like you were struggling. I was so happy. Demanding chips. I've never tried a female urinal. I've never been, I know you're saying you just hover, I've never been a good squatter. Like when people go into bushes, I never have the guts, because I just don't know why I can't do it. I just can't. My hips are shit. I do think it is a practice thing as well. Like, I used to have a lot of worry about it, and now I think, again, since COVID and public toilets were closed, I will just piss wherever and whenever. I really don't care anymore. Not even behind anything. You just. If I was absolutely desperate and there wasn't really any coverage, but I was desperate to go, I really think I would just do it. You just do it? Probably. If there was not a huge number of people around, I was like children, I wasn't going to get put on some kind of fucking register. Yeah. Then I would, yeah. What? So you're telling me you were walking down a high street? I'm not going to do it on the high street. So where does this apply? Where does this apply? Like a park, maybe. Okay. That doesn't have loads of foliage. Somewhere where you're being reunited with nature. I think it would have to have a botanical element. Okay. At least. A garden centre? I can't say for sure I wouldn't do it in a garden centre. If it was a quiet corner, I could... Would not, could not, should not do it in a garden centre. What is that? Tell us more. I weed into a bin. I don't want to. What? Why? Sorry.
Because like
The lady who so freely talks about everything that we talk about in here, but you don't want to talk about the fact that you weed into a bin. Sorry, are you talking about like a wheelie bin? Did you climb in?
No. I could.
What kind of bin?
Like a waste paper basket.
I've done that.
Okay, here we go. It all comes out.
Yeah.
When did you do that?
You go first.
It's because I didn't want to leave the bedroom.
Yeah.
Due to factors.
Yeah.
And there was it had like used face wipes and tissue in there. So I felt like that kind of, and a plastic bag, obviously.
Yeah.
And I couldn't leave the bedroom, so I just weed into the bin.
Fine.
Okay, what was yours then?
Well, I mean, did you get rid of it afterwards?
Of course.
So,
But
when?
But I couldn't immediately because
So
I couldn't leave the room. I'd say it was at least a couple of hours.
Did it start to smell?
No, it didn't because I was very hydrated.
Oh.
What about you?
Mine was, Rich and I went and stayed in a little friggin' like Airbnb, like little hut thing.
Oh, your shepherd's hut.
Yeah, the shepherd's hut.
Mm.
And you had to walk to get to the toilet, and it
Mhm.
was absolutely pissing it down, both outside and inside. I really needed a wee, and I didn't want to go outside in the rain, so I got the little. It wasn't so much a bin, more like a pan, and I pissed in the pan.
Yeah.
And then I chucked it outside.
That's anyone that's been camping will have
Yeah,
done that.
I
did
tried
that
to do it
way.
really quietly, but you know, if you like put like really fast water into like a pan, it's like so that's
not put any like tissue parachute or anything.
Didn't have any tissue.
What did you do after the wee? Just strip dry?
Just strip dry.
That is the worst when you have to drip dry.
It's horrible.
I can't then put knickers back on. Or if I do have to then put them back on and then take them off and put a fresh pair on.
To be honest, I was so overwhelmed with the shame, I don't remember what happened. I remember Rich waking up and us having direct eye contact while I was doing it.
Oh.
That wasn't good.
Good God.
That was not good. But what's he gonna do? Where's he gonna go?
Because I reckon he will have pissed in front of you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we in front of each other all the time.
Yeah. Big time.
Big time. Oh, big time, baby.
Big time, baby. We're going to have to go because we've got an interview.
Yeah, we are.
Guys, we've got to go.
So sorry, we're really busy. We've got an interview.
What time is it?
Oh, we gotta
God,
go. We gotta go, girl.
We weren't going to do a toilet tale, were we?
No, we're not doing toilet tales on these ones, just on the guest
Okay,
interviews.
fine. Well, Christ knows what anyone got from that episode, but hope that was okay. Might have to re-record it. So thank you so much for listening. We're not sure when this will come out, but if it's come out after we've done the live show, thanks for coming, or not thanks if no one comes.
Oh, God.
God.
No, I need to do more laps again.
So,
oh, God.
If you did want to email us in anything, we've got a few questions going on at the moment. Have you had any protein powder issues? Protein powder poos, the PPPs. Have you had any difficult weeing and pooing toilets in like hotel rooms? We spoke the last Just the Poo of Us episode about, you know, see-through fucking toilet doors or toilets in the middle of a room.
Yeah.
So if you've got anything you want to email in, or of course you've got a toilet tale, then please do email us at thepoodcastofficial@gmail.com, or you can find us on Instagram or Twitter, which is at @the_poodcast.
Thanks so much for listening, guys.
Yes. Bye. Bye. Oh, we don't have a website anymore. Forget it. That's why. Okay. All right. Sorry. Bye.